Hey YouTube, in this episode we're unpacking the A to Z of jargon used in the LEGO community. So if you get confused about your SNOTs or upset at your MOCs, let us explain to you what that means. Hey guys, and welcome to Brick Talk TV. Terry here, and in this episode we're going to be looking at 3-letter acronyms, which you may also know as TLAs. And we'll also be looking at other terms used by LEGO enthusiasts all around the world. But before we start, I wanted to give a quick shout out to the first few subscribers to Brick Talk TV, namely Rennie Spreadbury, Astronaut and Rebecca Lucille 21, just to name a few. Please hit subscribe if you haven't done, and let me know in the comments when you've subscribed, and maybe I'll give you a shout out in the future. So back onto the topic of today. So whether you've come out of your dark age or kind of refound LEGO again, or if you've just actually found LEGO for the first time in your life, in this video I hope to help you navigate the terminology that you may be seeing used in other LEGO forums or online groups that you may be visiting. So I'm going to aim to run through the terms that I know that are used today. If you know there are others that I've missed, please stick them in the comments below. And if we get enough, maybe I can do a part 2 to explain some more of those terms. Also, if you've got other meanings for some of these terms, do let me know as well. It'd be interesting to see. So let's get going. There's quite a few to get through, as you can imagine. We're going to go in alphabetical order. So first up are the A's. So the first one, ABS. No, it's not air brake system used in cars. This actually refers to the plastic that LEGO uses to create the bricks that you know and love. The name is on screen now. I won't embarrass myself by pronouncing it. So thankfully, there is an abbreviation of ABS instead, so you can get your tongue around that, which is much easier. Next up is AFOLs. That stands for Adult Fans of LEGO. This simply refers to those that may be older in age than the normal LEGO target age group for their products, and that's what I am. Next up, B's. Billund is the first one that stands out. This is actually the town in Denmark where the LEGO group are headquartered, and it was where LEGO was originally born and developed. Next one, Blay. This stands for bluish grey. This refers to the newer grey colour that are used by bricks. The older colour is known as the old grey. I've got to be careful with this next one. This is Bollocks, which stands for buildings that contain blocks of many colours, often uncoordinated in colour. Next up, Brickset. This is an online database of LEGO sets where you can look up new and old sets. So visit the website. I'll put the link in the description below. Burp, or big ugly rock pieces. This refers to moulded pieces of 5 bricks high, usually with jagged edges, and you can see the picture here. Moving on to the C's. CC, this stands for Classic Castle, which is a website for fans of the LEGO castles of years gone by. CFOLs, this is a recent emerging term which means celebrity fans of LEGO. This has come through quite strong during the COVID outbreak, where celebrities are starting to look at how to build stuff as well. You've got clone brands. These are construction toys which are compatible with LEGO but are often cheaper and of lower quality, and some people in the community look down on these things. You've got custom, which are LEGO creations or individual elements that are used by non-LEGO parts or been modified in some way from accessories or third-party suppliers. You've got a customizer, which is a LEGO fan who isn't afraid to modify LEGO parts using things like melting parts or painting them in different colours. Then moving on to the D's, you've got the term D2C, which refers to direct-to-consumer sets. So these are sets generally exclusively only available in LEGO stores or through the online website. They usually have quite high piece counts towards them as well. A dark age, this is a period in a LEGO fan's life when they kind of push LEGO aside and they follow other pursuits, which is really quite a dark time indeed. So get back to LEGO. A diorama, this is usually a large model of a scene situated on a base plate. A draft, this is a practice common in LEGO fan groups where members bring LEGO sets together in a group and they all sort the elements out and they take it in turns to take the parts they want, which is quite an easy way for groups of members of that group to get large pieces that they need. Now to the E's. First up we've got Erling. This is a reference to a 1x1 brick with the one stud on its recess side. It's actually named after the designer that designed that part. There aren't any F's, so we'll move on to the G's. First up is GWP. This refers to gifts with purchase. So Lego often give promotional items when you buy sets from their stores or websites, and that's what that is. Then on to the H, we've got half stud offset, which is a building technique that allows buildings without regard for standard alignment of studs or plates, usually achieved with a jumper plate, so you've got things that are slightly off the usual run of the studs. Eyes, this is illegal, so in building Lego building techniques, people often break the rules for connection between Lego elements, or they use it in a way that wasn't supposed to be used, and that's called an illegal move. Inventory, list of elements that make up a Lego set, quite self-explanatory, it's the part list. J, you've got jumper plates, these come in 1x2 or 2x2 plates, often only with one stud on the top centre, so it's useful for that half offset stud build I mentioned earlier. K, you've got KFOL, which stands for Kid Fans of Lego, so this is the Lego group primary target age for 5 years to 12 years old, and these are the fans of Lego in that age group. Then you've got L's, LDD, this is Lego Digital Designer, which is an older software that Lego originally released to allow people to do digitally designed models. Others are now available, and Lego has actually stopped supporting their old version. I'll be covering in a later video one that bricklink.com used called Studio, and how you can use that as well, so look out for that video. Legos, this is always the incorrect plural of Lego, there's only Lego. LUG, which stands for Local User Group, so anyone who's locally gets together as a group and they're enthusiastic and passionate for Lego, they get together and build things, maybe show them at shows. M, we've got MFs, which is sometimes used as the abbreviation for minifigure. You've got a microfig, which is actually a micro scale version of minifigures. You can see these in sets like the Harry Potter Hogwarts Castle. Minifigure scale is a set of creations that are built to the standard scale for a minifigure, which I've seen in my Bricktown city. You've got MOC, which stands for My Own Creations, which is a model designed by a Lego fan, and I'll be reviewing some of those in future videos, so watch out for them. Mods, modification of standard Lego sets, modifications such as colour changes or adding to the existing design in some way. Nothing for N or O, so we'll move straight onto the P's. PAB, that stands for pick a brick, so you can actually buy individual bricks in the quantities that you need, and Lego Group will pick those and send them to you for your own buildings. The PAB wall, which is the pick a brick wall, which is actually in the Lego stores, there's a big huge wall full of buckets of bricks in different colours and varieties, which you can pick, like pick a mix. Poop, which is parts out of other parts, which is usually there's a huge piece that people or fans think could have been made by using smaller parts to actually build it instead. There are no R's, so let's move on to the S's. So the S at H, or SAH, this refers to the Lego website, lego.com. Used to be called Shop at Home, hence why I used to get the abbreviation. Ship, seriously heavy investment in parts. This is usually a MOC that somebody's created that's large in scale and requires a lot of parts to build it, and it's usually longer than 100 studs in length. Sigfig is the minifig version a fan uses on their online forums as avatars and signatures. SNIR, which is studs not in a row, it's a building technique that allows you to position bricks diagonally. You've got SNOT, which stands for studs not on top, which refers to a building that creates a smooth surface. You don't get any of the studs on top, usually using tiles on top to cover the studs. SPUA, which is special parts used again. Sometimes bricks are developed for a certain set or theme, and they might get reused in another set in the future. So an example of that was the windscreen from the Fiat 500 recently with the Man United Trafford Stadium. Stamps, stickers across multiple pieces, which is self-explanatory. Then we'll move on to the T's. We're nearly there. TFOL, Teen Fans of Lego, so anyone between 13 and 19 who's a fan of Lego. TLG is the Lego Group. Moving on to U's, you've got UCS, which is the Ultimate Collector Series, which is a line of large Star Wars sets aimed at adult builders. You've got Vignettes, which is a small scene created on an 8x8 square plate. Moving on to W's, you've got WIP, which is work in progress, which is often referred when somebody's building a MOC and they're halfway through the build or they're still building parts of it out. And finally, there's the terms for the different parts of the elements. So a standard name for anything you build as a base plate, so that's the foundation for your build. It's a thin plate, it's got no connections underneath, so you can only connect on top. So a lot of people's buildings start from that in the first place. Some of the older ones were modelled into 3D shapes. You had things like ramps. Bricks are the core Lego offering. So your basic brick, your 1x2s, 1x1s, etc. in different colours. When people talk about measurements for parts, they usually quote the numbers that the studs have, usually with the shorter side first. So you get 1x6 or 2x3s. Plates, these are thin pieces of various lengths. They're 1/3 the height of a standard brick, but they're thicker than a normal base plate. So 3 of these base plates would make up a standard brick. You've got printed parts, so these can be bricks, tiles or plates. They come with standard printed designs, so you don't need to use any stickers on. Studs, these are the little ridges on top of pieces that are the fundamental joining process for any Lego parts. You've got tiles, these are similar to plates, but the top is smooth, so you don't have any studs, so that's a reference to SNOT from earlier. And that's it. So there's quite a few terms there. I hope you stuck with me through that, and I hope you found the video useful. I tried to do a whirlwind tour of it. If you did, please subscribe to the channel below using the links. It'll be great to hear from you from the comments below and other social media channels that we've got going on. Check those out in the links below. In the meantime, until the next video, keep safe, and I will hopefully see you next time.